Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're taking a look at a little game called Ogre Cheerleaders. Alright, Ogre Cheerleaders is a 2-ish player game, rulebook said that, not my words, by Josh Paugh and Ben Kreiger, and it's from Paw-Warrior Games. This plays ages 8 and up and is about 5 to 10 minutes, and that's pretty much right on the money from all the plays that I've done. So this is a really simple card game where you're putting Ogre Cheerleaders into the middle of on the playing field, and based on the formation that the cheerleaders do, they're going to score you some points. And you're trying to use powers on the card to move cheerleaders from one into another, to randomly reshuffle the row, to help you get better points, all the while not setting up your opponent for some points. That's enough of the explanation. Let's just go see how it plays, and then I'll come back and tell you what I think about it. Alright, so here's a game of Ogre Cheerleaders set up for 2 players, the way I recommend you play it. The setup is each player is dealt 4 cards. So as you can see, I have 2 sets of 4 cards here. There's the deck, the formation, or the field of 4 face-up cards, the bench with 1 face-up card. Each player will also get a scoring formation card, which shows what position the cheerleaders need to be on the field to get points. It gives you the suit breakdown, the numbers, how many cards are needed, and all that good jazz. And there's also a play sequence card that tells you what you can do in your turn. It shows you the suits. It's a pretty good overview of the game. All right, so here's how you play. On your turn, you have 4 cards. The cards are going to have numbers and suits. On your turn, you're going to play a card to one end of the formation. So say I wanted to play, let's see here. I wanted to play this one. So I'm going to play a 10. The 10 has a special ability. What that ability says is bench the card next to this one. So that's this one. Okay. So I take the 5, put it in the bench. And it also says bench the card on the opposite end of the field. So this is the opposite end of the field. I take it, I bench it, I slide these down. Now I check for scoring. A little scoring summary. If you have 2 numbers that are next to each other, they can score. In this case, I do. So I take the 2 10s. I'm going to put them face down in a score pile. And that's the end of my turn. At the end of my turn, I'm going to draw back up to 4. So I take another card, and I draw up to 4. The field does not get refilled. It stays like that and is refilled on other players' turns. So the next player will go. They are going to play this card. They're going to play a 1. So what happens now is, you do what the card says. Choose 1 card from your hand to join the field in any position. So what I'm going to play is I will play this 2. And then you do what you don't play the ability because it's a join. Join means it just goes onto the field. It doesn't do the ability. So in this case, I just played the 2. So again, I check scoring. I'll show you this one more time. So I check scoring. There's 2 numbers next to each other. So I'm going to take those 2 cards. And those are going to be points for this player at the end of the turn. Then it will be the first player's turn again. They're going to play this card. So play the 7 next to the 2, and it's going to say play the top card of the deck as if you were playing it from your hand. So when I flip this, whatever the effect is, I'm going to do it. Pick up any other card on the field and put it into your hand. So I will pick up the 2, put it into my hand. I check for scoring. There's no scoring. Either I'd have 3 of the same suit, 2 of the same number, or a run of 3 or more numbers, either in ascending or descending order. I don't have that, so nothing stays there. It'd be the other player's turn, so we'll do 1 more turn. Oh, they forgot to draw up to 4. Good job. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to play the 4 here. And then I'm going to say pick up any other card on the field and put it into your hand. I'll pick up the 7. I check for scoring. There's 2 of the same numbers next to each other. I take it, put it in the scoring pile, and the field is now clear. That's going to go on like that until the deck is empty, and that's going to take approximately 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, that's the entire game. And then whoever has the most points, they'll go through their point pile, and whoever has the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, it's whoever has the most cards, and if there's a tie after that, you share the victory. That does happen. On my first game, that happened, so just be aware that could happen. So yeah, that's Ogre Cheerleaders. Let's go back up top and see what we think about it. Alright, so that was Ogre Cheerleaders. As you can see, it's a really simple, straightforward game. The gameplay is actually really fun. I've played this, I don't know, 3-4 times at 2 players and 3 players, and I do suggest to play it with 2. It's much better, there's less randomness, you can actually kind of control the cards a little bit. So yeah, you can see, just playing some cheerleaders out, getting them into formation, collecting cards. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. I really like the artwork. I think it's silly, and I mean, it's called Ogre Cheerleaders. It has to have some crazy artwork, right? I really like that it has numbers and sets. So you're trying to, you know, if you don't want to go a number route, you can just try to get some sets, or if you want to try to get some numbers, you can just not worry about the sets. It's just, it's fun. For 5 to 10 minutes, I would gladly play this anytime. I like that the bench area is open information, so if anytime you're going to be putting a card from the playing field onto the bench or vice versa, you can look through there and see what you want and pick the card that you want out. And I also like that sometimes when you play cards to the field, it doesn't use a special power. That comes in really handy, and I didn't think it would, but it really does. So yeah, Ogre Cheerleaders, very fun game. I recommend, if you are interested in this, to check it out. I believe it may be going on Kickstarter. I'm not 100% sure about that, but definitely something, if you're interested in, you should go check out, because I think you'll have a blast playing it. So yeah, thanks. See ya.